Hi, I'm Bran, and I love Lifetime movies.
I'm Patrick Serrano, and I am a Lifetime movie expert.
I'm Dan, and I despise Lifetime movies, and this is the
Deck the Lifetime Uncorked podcast. Get it.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, everybody. What a great way to kick off September. We had a great Labor Day yesterday, took the day off.
That's right.
Bathed in the sun.
Beach. I was at the beach all weekend. Right?
And we said, we need to show up at 4 a.m.
That's right.
I'm sorry, 2 a.m.
2 a.m.
to put out the show at 3 a.m.
That's right. So I came back just for that. That's right. I know. It's impressive.
So it's 1 a.m. your time, Patrick.
That's right. But we're all here.
So early.
So early, but it's worth it. It's worth it because we got to give the people what they want, which is a Deck the Lifetime Uncorked. And you're getting a couple of them this month. September is a special month for everybody.
Yeah. You know what they say, every day has 31 except September. That's 2 Lifetime Deck the Hallmark Uncorked or whatever we're called.
Yes. Anytime you start off with you know what they say, and I don't know what's coming next, it's always a fun time.
You know what I'm excited about though, Patrick, is we are getting to that point of the year when we get some press releases about Christmas movies, and we get to start our preview shows.
Yeah,
which were so much fun last year.
The preview episodes may be my favorite thing we've done for Deck the Lifetime Uncorked.
Which is interesting because you don't like them for Hallmark movies.
That's right.
But for Lifetime, you like.
I don't have to watch them.
That's true.
So there's a different enjoyment level there when I'm just here for the fun.
And we got to introduce Patrick to Dreams. It was big fun. It was big fun last year.
It was, and Dan just gets to hear the pitch of the movie, and basically you're a network executive. You're hearing the pitch and you're saying yes or no.
It's just a full Shark Tank situation, but they're all bad options. Basically, is what it is. Right. And Patrick got to come down to Bramblefest a few weeks ago and hang out with us. So we got to actually hang out with Patrick in person, which was pretty great.
And it was magical. What was your thought on Patrick in person versus virtual?
I'm just kidding. He was great. I mean, come on. He was just the best and so much fun to hang out with. So
what's amazing about Patrick is he glows on the screen, but he glows in real life. It's just a magical experience to be around him.
One of my highlights of the weekend was karaoke time. And
oh my gosh. Patrick
chose John Michael Montgomery's The Auctioneer, which is I had never heard in karaoke. And then as soon as it started playing, I was like, it clicked in my head, this is a perfect karaoke song. And it was clear we were in the hands of a professional. Patrick had done that song before and had murdered it before. He just destroyed. It was so great.
Is that your go-to?
It is the go-to. I would rather do Jessica Simpson. We all know this, but the crowd pleaser is John Michael Montgomery.
Yeah,
that's right.
It did please the crowd. It pleased me.
Yeah, I couldn't. It was perfect. It was like he had prepared. I mean, you've clearly done that one before a few times, but it was just.
What's great about it though, also, is he got on there and it's like a whole nother person. He's sitting there. He's got his hand in his pocket. He's tapping his foot.
He's pacing. He's pacing the stage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He worked turns. It was fantastic. It was impressive.
It was magic.
It was the best choreography of the night, save for maybe Alonzo Duralde with what was that song?
Christmas rapping. Oh, that was perfect. That was perfect.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that a lot.
Bramblefest was such a fun time. So thanks for having me. And the whole thing should just be karaoke, in my opinion.
I don't disagree.
Skip straight to the karaoke.
I don't disagree.
Yeah.
We did a live Deck the Lifetime Uncorked, what people got to hear, and I think it was a lot of fun. And the movie we're doing today, aired obviously on Labor Day, and we watched it live. And then a few hours later, we're recording this podcast. But it is a sequel, Patrick. So really quick, catch us up to speed on what we need to know. I mean, obviously, I watched this one, but I did not watch the first. So I did feel like I was pretty well informed, but I would like for you to set this up for maybe the listener and also for Dan so that he knows what we're getting.
We're in a situation where this is a sequel to a movie I've not seen or heard from, and I've not seen the second one, and I'm just going to hear from you guys.
That's exactly right.
I'm going to need all the help I can get here.
That's right.
Well, over at Lifetime, you don't have to have seen the first one to see the sequel. That's just par for the course. With any TV movie, I think you don't really need to have seen the first one. The first one came out in 2018. Starred Rob Lowe, so we really missed out on the sex appeal there, Rob
No
Lowe.
kidding.
And it's actually a remake of a movie from the 1950s called The Bad Seed. So Dan, you may have seen the original movie.
I can't say that I have.
Well, I have. And it's great. It's great. It's actually like a classic horror movie with like a twist. Like at the end, this little girl, she kills all these people, and then all that happens is she gets a spanking at the end.
What?
So 1950s.
Yeah.
You really have seen the 1950s one, and she really just gets a spanking at the end of it.
Yeah, it's actually like a horror movie classic. It's based on a play. It was on Broadway. The actress won a Tony for it, and it's pretty prestigious for the time. But yeah, it was basically like the whole theory is like the mother is responsible for the child being a murderer. It's like every mother's worst fear.
Yeah, it was like an anti-spanking thing. This is your fault, Mom.
Patrick, is Lifetime typically in the business of remaking
Of
1950s classics?
Hey, Lifetime will remake anything they can get the rights to. Okay,
There you
so if
go.
it has some like some cachet and culture, like this did in the 1950s and then never heard from again, yeah, Lifetime will go there, and also Lifetime will give you some Easter eggs.
Ooh, I do love Easter eggs.
Yeah, you do love
Pop
Easter
them
eggs.
open, eat some chocolate. Now in the 2018 version, Rob Lowe, I imagine from what I gather, he's the dad and he does get killed.
He does get killed. Rob Lowe gets killed in the original because what's her name? Mckenna Grace pretends like he's attacking her, and then the sheriff shoots him and kills him. So she doesn't kill him, but she manipulates the situation to kill him.
Yeah.
Okay. And McKenna Grace is back for this one. I just want to say really quickly, I really liked her. Is she a Lifetime staple, or is this kind of her deal? She's the seed girl.
So here's what's interesting about McKenna Grace. Okay. McKenna Grace, in her short 16 years of life, has lived the trajectory of a Lifetime movie actress. She was in a movie, an Oscar-nominated movie, I, Tonya. She played young Tonya. Then she got nominated for a guest spot on Handmaid's Tale for an Emmy. She was an Emmy-nominated actress.
Whoa.
Then she goes on the downward slope on Lifetime. She's starring in her own Lifetime movie. But now she's back, and she's producing, writing, and starring in her own Lifetime movies. So I don't know what to do with her.
She wrote this.
She wrote this, yes.
Okay.
So I want to get this straight. This is a sequel to a remake of a 1950s classic.
That is right.
Yeah,
This is original.
So McKenna Grace in 2018, she's just a kid. Like in the flashbacks that are in this, which we'll talk about, she looks like she's maybe like 11, 12. And then in this one, she's like 16, 17, something like that.
Yep, that's right.
So she's done all of that in her young little life. I, Tonya, she's just a kid. Wow. Good on her.
Amazing.
A good movie.
Yeah.
Tanya's a good movie. I enjoyed it.
And
good on her.
Dan, if you saw McKenna Grace, you would recognize her instantly from that, because like she was so good at playing like a kind of bad guy. She's got that. She's got a little face that's like.
I know exactly who this is.
Yeah.
Yes.
She
was in Gifted, which is also a great movie.
Uh-huh.
She's the lead in Gifted. That's a really underrated movie. If you've not seen it, high recommend.
Here's the thing. McKenna Grace is on the come up, okay? She will be like the next like Jennifer Lawrence, okay? She's going to get her Hunger Games and she's going to blow up. But for now, she's just putting in the work.
A little sidetrack to a sequel to a remake. Yeah. No.
It's fascinating because she's in like these big movies. She was in an Annabelle movie and
She's the lead in Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Yeah, but then
what is she doing in this movie?
She's getting the credits, right? She's getting that writer credit. She's getting that producer credit. She's a businesswoman.
Good on her.
We like that.
Her.
She's not just an actress. She is in the entertainment industry.
That's right.
She's getting that.
She's a mogul.
She's gonna produce my next movie, The Bad Seed, Gay Uncle.
Can we not say Gunkle? Can we shorten that to Gunkle? I think
you're right.
That
Gunkle flows better.
That's right. The Bad Seed 3, Gunkle. I love that.
Well,
I think that works
now
well.
that Dan is caught up to speed on all things Bad Seed and McKenna Grace, let's dive into this movie. Patrick, can you set us up for it?
Yes. So The Bad Seed returns, stars McKenna Grace, who we've talked about,
Love her.
Michelle Morgan, and Benjamin Ayres.
We love Benjamin. We've had
Benjamin
Benjamin on the show
Ayres
before.
is
Yeah.
in this.
Yeah, he's a Hallmark guy.
Hallmark guy.
Typically,
Oh,
but here he
well,
is.
he's handsome, so that makes sense why he would
He
do
is
Hallmark.
handsome.
He doesn't really do Lifetime.
He is speaking some Spanish in this movie.
Oh boy.
And he gives a wonderful performance at the end of this movie going upstairs, which we'll get to.
Oh, well, let's not. I mean,
I know. I'm just saying.
I didn't
say. I didn't say anything about it other than he does a great performance.
You did. You said he gives a great performance.
What do you want? What do you think I mean when I say he does a great performance going upstairs?
He does a great performance. Here's all I know is I'm supposed to be unbiased, and I've already heard that you love McKenna Grace and that he gives a great performance. I don't know what, like, it's tough here, Bran. I'm supposed to be impartial.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of qualifiers there. So, you know,
fine, I'm done. I'll sit this one out.
No, that's good. I like that you know what you like, Bran. That's important in life. You got to know your likes.
Thank you.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so we start off. Emma is back. Okay, that's our character, Emma, and she is a bad child. If you forgot, if you have any questions. A bad seed. If you have any questions about how bad she is taking a little doggy for a walk in the woods and kills it with a knife.
Yeah,
that's how we start.
This movie does not start off slow. You can't say that this movie eases you into it. They immediately go with the puppy murder. Which is a bold.
It's off camera.
It's off camera. It's off camera. I think
she takes a dog in the woods with a knife and murders it?
You see this, and then it cuts to black, and you hear.
Oh,
I don't actually know. I don't know if you actually.
That was good. That was really good.
That sounded like a dying dog.
Thank you. I've been working on that very specific impression for when I auditioned for SNL. Hi, I'm Brandon Gray. I'm auditioning for SNL. This is my impression of a dying dog off camera.
Not as good that time.
Dang it.
That sounded more like.
Sorry, Lauren. I'll be back next
year. The pressure got to you the second time.
That 30 Rock will do that to you. So yeah, it's a lot in the first 10 seconds, but then it turns itself around. So like in that one, she's like, she looks bad. She's wearing all black clothes. Her face is like, I like heavy metal and Marilyn Manson. And then like it cuts to the start where we get a really cool title sequence with some moody music. And then she's like a happy high schooler who's practicing stuff in her bedroom, like terms like I oh my gosh, like things like that, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, she's just practicing being a typical teen. Like she has to work at appearing like a normal child. So she has like the perfect little headband. She's like, you know, wearing little dresses and stuff. Like she's cute. Like she looks like a popular girl in high school, and she's living with her aunt. Her Rob Lowe's sister, Angela, and her husband.
I will really say really quickly, when the title sequence starts, it does, once it goes back into her bedroom, it says 3 weeks earlier. So we're going to find out how she got to killing dogs. So she starts off 3 weeks earlier practicing her, oh my gosh, that was amazing. Things like that. Yeah. Sorry. Continue, Patrick.
Yeah. And it's like the start of school. So her uncle Robert is like speaking Spanish to her and encourages her to like be more social. And he's like a professor. I guess that's why he's speaking Spanish, because he's like not any like Latin X type of thing. Like they say like you're not even Cuban. I don't know. It was weird.
Benjamin Ayres?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was strange. It was I don't know why he was speaking Spanish. It was very weird.
I do think it's what he does, but
can you imagine them going, well, let's have him speak Spanish and then explain that he's not Hispanic?
Yeah.
Right. They really did. And I'm like, is that an actor choice? Is that like, it was weird. And even Emma's like, stop speaking Spanish to me, you weirdo. Like, I take French. Like, parlez-vous français? So he
Bonjour.
also Robert wants her to go to a prestigious boarding school because
Yes.
she like is on the track to like get into like Yale or Harvard or like an Ivy League. So this is like would be one of those. So not like a orphan boarding school, like a Cruel
Smart
Intentions
kid.
boarding school, you know?
Yeah. Not like an orphan. Just very good. That's a good descriptor, Patrick. That helped me a lot.
That's right.
Right. And Emma surprisingly is very smart. At
She
school.
knows
Like,
about like the laws of physics and stuff.
Yeah.
So she's
She's-
pretty smart.
Wow.
She doesn't have just beauty. She has brains and she's got it all. She's like, you know, has a little clique of girls that are all on the dance team and they're all friends. And then this new girl shows up, and the new
Uh-oh.
girl's name is Kat. Just
Mm.
Kat, okay?
KAT.
KAT.
K-A-T.
Don't ask any questions.
She's got dyed hair, like she
Oh.
dyed it with Kool-Aid. She's got the alternative vibe. She's like wearing baggy jeans and like
She
Violent
walks into the
Femmes
classroom. Nirvana starts playing.
Evanescence on the CD
Yeah.
player. You
Yeah.
know.
Wake me up. Yeah.
and she's like very unimpressed with Emma being such a tryhard, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Big Whoop, you know Newton.
So
Like,
yeah. Come on. It's just physics,
Yeah,
lady.
right.
Get over it.
And she mentions just in passing to Emma, she's like, "Oh, I know you from somewhere."
You don't remember me? And then was like, I don't know. No.
Yeah,
no,
Emma's like,
no.
whatever, weird new girl, leave me alone. But Kat will come back. Don't worry. Okay.
Don't worry.
Yeah, I get the feeling with a name like Cat, they're not there for one scene. You know?
So you get
They
it.
got a full.
You're
full
picking
entry.
up. You're picking up what Lifetime's putting down, buddy.
Yeah.
We get some dance team practice, which I love any type of choreography. This coach loves face. The whole time they're dancing, they're doing their dances, and all the coach is saying is, "Okay, give me face. Give me more face. Face, face, face."
The
She, like,
coach is saying, "Give me more face."
more face, not like do a pirouette here or like maybe extend your arm a little bit more. No, she's just like face. That's
Were they
her note.
like? They didn't have like? Would they have like a bag over their head? Like, what does she mean by that?
I can't tell. I mean, I've seen a lot of dance. I've seen dance moms. I've seen dancing in the dark. I've seen dancing on the ceiling. All these things, and I've never heard about face.
Need more face.
Need more
Gotta have
face.
face.
Need more face. And I will say Emma is giving a lot of face. She's doing a good job out there. The best I can figure, that's to attribute to
How is she giving
face.
any more face than anyone else?
She's doing a good job, so it's clear she's giving face.
Okay. All right.
Gosh.
Well, she practices in the mirror. She
you gotta
practices
practice face.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Emma's not doing as good a job as her friend Stephanie, who's outperforming Emma at every turn. And Stephanie,
Even face.
Even face.
Wow.
even face. Stephanie is just like very, one of those type of people that don't know they're good at everything, and they're like,
Mm.
"Oh, what?" They're not even like cute about it. They like literally don't know.
Yeah, I know nothing
Oh.
about that.
No.
Oh, me neither.
Right.
No.
We're just
But-
a couple of normies.
That's her vibe. She's like so nice and so good at everything.
Ugh, those people.
Yeah.
So now we get into the section of the movie where Emma starts sabotaging Rob, her uncle, because she just hates him and he's sending her to boarding school. So she does this in a few ways. She does, first of all, there's a baby that Angela and Rob have named Cade. And the baby gets out of his crib. Emma sees the baby get out. She lets the baby kind of roam around, and the baby is headed towards the pool, which doesn't have a fence around it.
Yeah. Kind of like
So-
leads the baby out the back door to the pool area. And you're like, that's
Not great.
alarming.
Yeah.
But what can you do?
And just pause on the baby for a moment. Wasn't that baby the best actor you've ever seen in any movie?
The baby crushed it. It was the
The
baby.
was amazing.
Baby's amazing. Baby
How-
hit its marks. Baby showed face.
Face? Yeah.
So job well done,
The
my
ba-
baby.
The baby and Emma had this whole relationship where she was like being mean to the baby, but then the baby was like, haha, you're hilarious.
Yeah, you're
not
funny."
scaring me.
how
I'm
how
just
old
a
is
baby.
this baby? How old's the baby?
6 months.
Yeah.
And she's
Right? Like
she's
little.
giving all that. It's all that through her performance.
Yes.
This
Man,
baby,
that is something.
you know, give
The
this
baby
baby
was-
an Emmy.
That's right. The baby was
No.
generous.
Baby for Emmy. Let's start that
Baby,
campaign
baby
right now.
for Emmy. Baby
Category
for Emmy. That's
is
exactly
best
right.
baby.
Best baby. Baby of the year.
This baby would win.
This baby. The winner is this baby.
The nominees are this baby, that baby, and baby over there.
Oh, and Boss Baby. We can't.
And
Boss
Boss
Baby's
Baby.
like
we
always
wouldn't do it
nominated.
without Boss Baby,
That's
of
exactly
course.
right.
Yeah.
You can't.
So of course Rob gets blamed for not putting the fence around the pool and not watching the baby properly, and Angela's
Yeah.
so mad at him.
She
And
comes
then
home
later-
or whatever. She sees baby getting close to water, and she's like, what were you doing? One of those things. And he's like, see, something like that.
Yeah.
He doesn't respond
And
in
then-
Spanish.
Right. Yeah. Was that your Spanish? See?
You were saying he doesn't know any other words in Spanish.
You were saying
see.
S-I.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
That's it.
Okay. We need to put you in some lessons with Benjamin Ayers. Some
Oh,
Spanish
don't I
lessons.
know it? Don't I know it?
Brandon no comprende nada.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
boy. Emma also, for her sabotage of Rob, oversalts his soup.
Oh, dear Lord Almighty.
Yeah.
Oversalts his soup.
So she is.
Somebody call the coppers.
She's a villain. She's a villain.
Yeah.
She's a villain.
Villain. Yeah,
You
I
can't-
will
you can't
say
go back.
the bad
What's-
things that happen in this movie in the first like hour and 15 minutes aren't that bad.
Well,
Yeah.
letting baby out to get very close to the pool.
Especially a baby that's that talented.
That's alarming. But oversalting food is
Yeah.
like, it was weird that those were the two examples.
Did like she forget to put
Right.
the clothes in the dryer or like crease his leather shoe next? Like, what are we talking here?
She does take his knife, his pocket knife,
Okay. All right.
which he was like, does anybody know where my pocket knife is? See?
Yeah. The one she'll use to kill that dog later.
Oh, that's exactly right.
Ooh.
Oh,
Wow.
there we go. Oh, what was that sound again, Bran?
See. Oh.
Both are equally fortunate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
both are my ringtone now.
Now we brought a Spanish dog into the mix somehow.
Right.
That thinks he's on a
Oh,
walk,
boy.
and then he just got murdered.
Yeah.
I
We've
love
all
it.
been
I
there.
love it. So Emma is back in school. She starts to like see Kat is like a loner and tries to like bring her into her friend group. And Kat's like, no, not interested. But she does mention that she went to school where Emma went to school at her previous town with Rob Lowe, and she knows about. She's like, sorry about your dad getting murdered. Oh, and the babysitter getting murdered. Oh, and your teacher getting murdered. Oh, and your friend getting murdered. And all those people getting murdered. Weird how you're the connection to all of them. That's so weird. I gotta go. Bye.
Interesting. Wild. We'll
Yeah.
see you later.
So
Bye.
Emma knows that Kat's onto her. And she's like,
But I'm
"Okay,
sure
I'm
Kat
gonna-"
will be fine. Kat will be fine.
There's no
Oh,
reason
yeah,
Kat
yeah.
wouldn't with that entrance that she had and the fact she's only in an occasional scene. I feel really good about how she's going to end up at the end of this movie.
Yeah, I mean, and Emma wants to like handle her stress. You know, she's stressed out about Kat. She's stressed out about the boarding school, and she like smashes a clementine and screams into a pink fluffy pillow, and then organizes some office supplies and primps them with mirror.
I got to be honest. It was hard for me to concentrate because I've realized now that there's a chance she's going to kill cat and dog. And I can't tell you
Oh.
how fascinating that is for me.
Yes.
So, but she's yelling at a pillow.
So she finds out that she's going to be sent to the spring school. Her first reaction, squish Clementine.
Yeah.
Go up to her room, scream and pillow.
Okay.
Get out of the pillow. Let's pull ourselves together. I'm going to neatly put all of these pins in a line and then do one of these numbers.
She dances.
yeah.
It's like a yeah, whatever. Like one of those. One of those that like the high school girls do.
Okay.
We all handle our stress differently, and it's just showing that instead of murdering someone right away, she's trying other tactics.
That's right. And that's all we can ask.
Yeah. I mean, that's better than murder. There's no doubt that that's better than murder. I'm happy that she's doing this. It seems like these are all at least net neutral coping mechanisms. Like you've harmed a Clementine, but aside from that, not a bad process.
She does have like dreams. Like she keeps like seeing visions of like movie number 1 in her head. So it's like
she's seeing flashbacks from the first film.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like clear that those things
it's nice to have those.
It's helpful. It's helpful that she's doing that. That's fantastic.
That is helpful. But it's clear that she like those things have stuck with her. So like she's not like I'm gonna kill someone and never think about it again. So it like does pop into her mind here and there.
Right. But that doesn't stop her from continuing to sabotage Rob. She starts a grease fire in the kitchen, and Angela's like horrified again. She's like, "What are you doing, Rob? What's your problem?" So that's happening.
Rob continues to get blamed for things that I guess they might seem like his fault, but in this case, it's clearly her fault. So here's what happens. Angela is making steaks.
Okay.
She leaves the room. She says, Rob, just make sure the steaks don't burn. Rob's like, I got this.
Who leaves in the middle of cooking a steak?
She had stuff to do.
All right. Whatever.
Rob's phone in his office goes off.
Okay.
And Emma is like, I think that's your phone. And he's like, Emma, can you watch these steaks? He leaves. She then pours like gasoline over it and it starts a fire.
Yeah.
And then
gasoline on the steaks?
More or less.
No, it's more oil. She just adds a ton of oil.
Got it.
Yeah. Then she leaves, causes a thing. Everybody comes back in, and Rob's like, I told you to stay here. And Emma's like, I had to go to the bathroom. So I don't know. That does seem like it would be her fault, but it's neither here nor there.
But she also saves it by throwing salt on the fire, which, if you have a grease fire, that's what you're supposed to do, apparently.
I had no idea.
Salt on a grease fire.
He was getting ready to use a fire extinguisher like a moron.
Yeah. That salt on a grease
fire.
Dude,
had no idea.
So much about fire this year. The oil fire being blown out by dynamite. Did you know that? Idea. That's how they used to blow out oil.
If you are in a mine, if you're
that makes sense.
You just shoot dynamite at it,
and it blows it out,
and then it smothers it. Yeah,
it's wild.
As long as you have dynamite handy.
It just
who doesn't?
Who does? I mean, am I right? Who doesn't? Exactly. In 2022, am I right?
In this economy.
So next we got our mental health, check-in. Emma is talking to her therapist on Zoom, very relatable in the 2020s that we are in. And she gets some advice, and basically the advice is like, you should apologize to your uncle for behaving badly, and maybe you shouldn't be sabotaging him. Notable thing about this therapist is it's played by Patty McCormick, who was the original Bad Seed child.
Wow. So they brought it full circle here in Bad Seed too.
It's a Bad Seed runaround. So she does take this advice and immediately drop a car on her uncle.
Wait a minute.
So Rob is
super strength.
Rob is under his car doing some work.
There it is.
Not shirtless.
What? Come on, Ayers, be better.
And all of a sudden, the radio turns off. He's like, "That's weird. Anyone there?" No one answers. It's fine. So he just starts kind of singing to himself. And I guess she like kicked out the jack or something. I don't know. The car ends up falling down. And as the car falls down, he hears someone whistling. And that's all that he's able to like take in. So somebody is responsible for this. He doesn't know who, aside from that they whistle.
Yeah. And that is such a psycho move, the psycho whistle.
Yes.
The psycho whistle move song
wiffle
is that's tough. So she clearly is not heeding her therapist's advice, and also relatable. So there you go.
Right.
No, just me.
Because she's under a stressful time again, because she has that private school coming, and she has to go to Stephanie's slumber party.
No. And the coping mechanisms are starting to slide a little.
Exactly.
Starting to slide.
You say coping mechanism, I say drop a car on my uncle. Like tomato.
So Stephanie invites Kat to the party, and we all know Kat's alternative. So she brings pre-rolled joints for everybody at the party.
Yes,
She
Um,
rolled all the
which is
joints
great.
ahead of time. That's thoughtful.
that is
She's
thoughtful.
very thoughtful.
What
and she's like, hey
we
guys.
don't know is Seth Rogen's her dad, and so
Yeah,
just
yeah.
always prepared.
Always be prepared.
Here's a baggie.
that's like-
That's like Seth Rogen.
I would
Should I
definitely
bring
not
that?
do that one.
You don't think I should do that at SNL?
No. Keep that one in your pocket, please.
Hey, daughter.
And-
Hey, daughter. Here's a baggie.
Not even in the neighborhood.
I mean, maybe Seth Rogen the Muppet. So yes, Kat has a joint for everybody. She's like, let's play Never Have I Ever. If you have done it, you take a hit of your joint. If you haven't done it, you don't. And the questions go
boy.
as follows. Number one, never have I ever made out with someone in the front seat of a car.
Ooh, how many people are
Ooh.
A lot of people have made out in the backseat, but have you made out in the
front
seat?
seat?
That's how we know if
Exactly.
you're
So-
a real floozy or not.
Tricky question. Second question, never have I ever killed someone.
Because everyone's like, Emma, you're not smoking. You haven't done anything. Let's
But
really,
it's the second question.
yeah.
It went
The
from made
literal
out in the
second
front
question.
seat to never have I ever killed. It's like you're not even trying to hide it. You're not even like just trying.
Now, Emma does light her joint, does take a puff, but then she says, I killed my mom at birth. So that's how she kind of covers up.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
it's a
yeah,
big
yeah,
funny
yeah.
haha. And everyone's
no
like,
one ever mentions it again.
and everyone's like, thank God you killed your mom
right.
at
It wasn't as
birth.
dark as I thought. Oh yeah, it feels good.
Well, thankfully, the party is cut short because Emma gets a notification from her mom that Rob is in the hospital, and they all, rush to the hospital. And she's like, "What happened? I had no idea. Like, he's injured. I was at the slumber party. It couldn't have been me. Like she's
Of
got a
course.
solid alibi."
Yeah, it couldn't have been. her.
That's
And
exactly right.
Rob wakes up from, like, I guess a coma or something, and he writes down on a pad, Emma, like, question mark.
Question mark?
Oh, like
So
he's his
it
own
seems like
detective,
he-
or is he communicating out to the
I
side?
don't know. It was one of those like aha moments, but like he then takes a long time to act on this. So I'm not entirely sure. But
Well,
he does seem
yeah.
like at this point he's trying to figure out whether or not Emma is the car
Got it.
pushing whistler.
Detective
he
Rob.
knows. And,
He knows.
and
He knows.
Angela takes it as like, oh, that's so sweet. He's asking about Emma.
Yes,
But
so
he's like
sweet.
asking, did Emma try to kill me?
Well, so he put a question mark there, and so that's where the confusion comes in.
Right.
If he
Yeah.
had put Emma and underlined it, right, then we have more of a like, this was Emma. Emma
Because
did
that's the
this.
thing. If he was saying like I know who it was, why would he put a question mark at the end of Emma?
Yeah, that didn't make any sense.
Right. So, he needs to get on his post-coma note-taking. We need to
That's right.
talk to Rob about that.
This is a
Uh,
classic shouldn't have done a question mark situation.
Shouldn't
And we'll
have
get
done one.
there. We'll
Yeah.
get there. When you're fresh out of coma, those things will
When
happen.
you're fresh out of
You-
coma,
you,
that happens.
You
That's
start
true.
throwing out question marks left
Right.
and right when there
Parts-
shouldn't be any.
parts, last thing to come back.
Well, that's why we're talking about it now. So all the listeners, it'll be somewhere in your brain, not question mark, underline.
That's
That's right.
exactly
That's
right.
right.
Underline.
That's right. Yeah. Underline.
Yes. We've all been there.
So Rob is released from the hospital, much to Emma's disappointment. He is given like a home nurse to take care of him. So Emma kind of moves on from Rob for a little while to focus on the dance team. But even there, Stephanie gets captain and Emma
Ugh.
is made backup captain.
And if there's one thing
Unbelievable.
I know,
If you're second
if you're
place,
second place, you're first loser. That's
I
one-
learned that live at Bramblefest.
Exactly
I had
right.
never heard
Yeah.
it before, but
and the same is true here. And that catches us up. We are now back to present day. We
dog killing day.
take the dog. It's dog killing day. It's time to let aggression. That dog is Stephanie's dog. Went to Stephanie's house, caught it, went as a kind of a release. Instead of killing Stephanie, I will kill her dog.
But we're clearly amping
Right.
up here. We're clearly amping up into murdering people.
Emma?
Yes. Well, and Emma gets there that basically like she is like out for Stephanie now. So she in class texts Stephanie a text and kind of looks at her like, hey, I sent you some hot goss. Like, open up that text. And Stephanie's like, ooh, I love hot goss. Let me open this up. And it's just a flashing screen of like white flashes. Stephanie has epilepsy. So it triggers her epilepsy.
No.
She goes into an epileptic seizure and dies in the hospital.
No. From a phone screen flashing?
I don't know the specifics of this thing she sent.
Look, Emma knows science. She knows physics. She knows science.
Physics.
So I don't want to question that.
This is a classic like website that exists that you can send to your friends with epilepsy and just see what happens. This is one of those things that's just for kicks and giggles. Unfortunately, it turned out badly for Stephanie in this case, and we hate that for her. But that website is www.flashy.com.
Like, there are warnings on flashy things on TikTok or flashy things in the theater. Like, we look out for our people who are having epilepsy, and Emma
I don't know what she sent. I don't know what could she possibly have said that would have immediately made her phone into a strobe light, but it happened. And I hate that for her.
She went to flashy.com.
Flashy.com.
Okay.
Guys, avoid it at all costs.
Good to know.
So now Kat is like, okay, someone has died. This is following Emma around. Yes, I know what's going on. Right. She confronts Emma, and Emma's like,
takes her that long to put the piece together. So,
right.
Go ahead.
And Kat's like, trying to call Emma out, but Emma makes it like she's the victim and that Kat's screaming at her, and there's a slap that happens. She's basically like setting it up that Kat is unhinged.
And really quickly, there is a boy that is interested in her. That boy that's interested in Emma, Nathan, is the boy in Campfire Christmas in the flashbacks. Oh, Corbin Blue's younger.
Oh, he's great in that.
He did a great job. He did a good job in this one. Shout out to Nathan. Shout out to young Corbin Blue.
Nathan.
Yes, there you go. I mean, his role was not that great. He didn't have that much to do, but he did it well.
He crushed it.
Yeah.
Was he better or was the baby better?
The baby's better, okay. Dan. Come on. Take a number.
I'm sorry.
Read a book.
Yeah. It's like Mckenna Grace, the baby, everyone else.
Okay. And I even think those first two are up for.
Yeah, it's debatable.
I could be swayed either way, to be honest with you.
What a performance by the baby.
Shout out to baby.
We love you, baby. Okay, so Angela also starting to question Emma. She sees like doorbell footage of Emma taking the dog from Stephanie's house. And she's like, why did you take the dog? I know it was you. And Emma basically says like, it was just a joke on Stephanie. I was just trying to like get back at her for getting the thing. And I'm sorry. Like I was just like pulling a prank on her.
This is funny prank where I murdered her dog.
Yes. But she's just like, I just let the dog go. And then something happened to the dog in the woods that I was not responsible for.
Of course not. Ran into a knife.
Right.
Happens to the best of us.
It does. Yeah. It does.
So Angela starts my favorite thing in a Lifetime movie when the mom looks stuff up online and she's looking into mental health phrases. And we have antisocial personality disorder, which used to be a psychopath, but now or sociopath, but now it's antisocial personality disorder. And Emma finds the research on Angela's computer later. And she takes a test online to see if she's a psychopath. And
she decides to take her own test. She decides to take her own test because, listen, you can do your own research, but I'm going to do my own research. There's one thing we learned from 2020. It's do your own research. That's right. And so she goes to do her own research.
Don't have an angle on
That's right. And so she's taking all these things, and the news is in, Patrick. Because the website, and I think she might have taken this at flashy.com, because just flashing on screen, it says, congratulations, you're a psychopath.
No,
yes, it's so great.
I laughed out loud. I loved every second of it.
That
it's great. It's a great bit.
I mean,
flashy.com, it's more than just strobe. They have helpful quizzes on there as well.
Good Lord, congratulations,
you're a psychopath.
And she's pleased. She's pleased with that result.
She does get a little smirky smirk.
Yeah. Classic smirk.
So
I will say the final act of this movie should be called the act of the act. Lots of
What, you wanna
smirks.
start from the
Lots of
beginning?
smirks in this
You said
final.
the final act of this movie should be called the act. That's
Yeah.
what you said.
A lot of
lost-
smirking
we
is
lost
what
the
I'm
thread.
getting at. A lot of
Working too hard
smirking.
can give you a heart attack.
That's exactly right. Okay, Patrick, you take it away, buddy. I'm having a hard time over here.
Oh,
I'm
you
stuck
got
on
it. You got it.
Flash.
No. So we are at the final act, and this is where all the things go down. So if you were waiting for the bad kid, don't worry, she's gonna be bad now. So Rob tells Emma he knows that she tried to kill him, and he's like trying to reason with her, like, I won't tell Angela, your aunt, because I want you to go to the private school, leave my family alone, and get out of here. And then Emma responds in Spanish. She's like, let me try to speak Spanish. I don't know. Tío, ¿por qué quieres mi ir a la biblioteca? Yo no quiero. Tú es un estúpido, tío.
Did you get why do you want me to go to the library? Which is interesting.
Well, I couldn't think of how to say university. Oh, universidad.
Or colegio, either one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. But the library is very specific, and I appreciate you doing that. Yeah.
The devil's in the details.
That's right.
But basically, he's like shocked that she can speak Spanish,
That's right.
And she's been hiding it all along. And so she's like, yeah, you could do whatever you want, but I'm much smarter than you. And it's like a really good moment.
The bad seed is here.
You see in his eyes, like he is fearful of this child.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yep.
At this point, he's still in his like bed thing, but he's getting ready to make some forward motion. He's gonna have one of those like bar things.
Okay.
Like keep his core straight. Being a wheelchair, it was gonna be great.
Keep his core straight.
So Angela goes back to Emma's hometown with Rob Lowe and talks to the sheriff that killed Rob Lowe. And the sheriff says there's something wrong with her. Or he says, Rob Lowe had said right before he shot him, there's something wrong with her. I have to protect her from herself. And Angela's like, that's a weird thing to say about your daughter.
Truth's coming out.
Sure is.
So it's a stormy night. She rushes back home. She's driving in the rain, trying to get back to tell Rob, and I think the baby's there too.
The baby?
The baby. That, Emma's dangerous. We gotta get it. We gotta not be around her. She's going to kill us all.
That's right. Now it's at this point. Is it at this point that she's hanging out with Rob by the pool? Does this happen here?
We passed that, but if you have something to say about the pool, go for it.
It's just a great bit, but that's all.
Good.
Continue.
Good.
Okay.
Great bit. I know.
At the pool, she doesn't help Rob move to get to his wheelchair.
Yeah.
She ignores him, and then the nurse lady comes and wheels him inside, and as she's wheeling him inside, she starts to whistle. And you see him be like, I know that was the final thing I needed. Whistle, check. And that was the final box that was unchecked. And so now he knows that she can whistle. So that's kind of all that he needed to write the guilty paper that he's working on.
Got to keep his core straight and write that guilty paper.
That's right. Got to keep the core straight.
He knows. So
he knows.
Emma's plan is going into motion because she knows that Rob knows. So she calls Kat and invites Kat over because she wants advice about Nathan, her new boyfriend, and she's trying to pretend to be friends. So Kat comes over and they drink hot chocolate, which of course Kat has poison hot chocolate.
Yeah.
And Kat realizes that she's next on the list, and she basically Emma calls 911 and says that Kat's attacking her and setting the house on fire. And she does this it's this weird scene where she's having a breakdown on the phone and then hangs up the phone. And she's like, and that's why I'll get away with it because I'm a great actress.
But I want to be clear, if they find the body and they do a tox report and it's poisoned, won't they know that whole phone call was a lie?
There's also something that I've learned you always do when walking into a house in a Lifetime movie, and they never use this information, but Kat presses record on her voice memo.
Oh yeah.
Puts it in her pocket.
Yeah.
And they have this whole conversation. And if there is a bad seed returns again, we might see that information come back into play. But just know that a conversation was recorded between her and Kat, where like basically all is revealed.
Yes, they record the villain monologue, except I guess Emma has seen a Lifetime movie or two because she takes Kat's phone and deletes it. And she takes her pepper spray and she's like, huh, this is like so obvious. Like I plan for everything. You know, she's
right.
like a true psycho and she's proud of it.
This is why you only live stream. You don't record.
Congratulations, you're a psycho.
That's exactly right. Now, the question is, we got her poisoned, easy peasy. The question now is, what do we do with our guy, Benjamin Ayers?
Well, he's going to go up the stairs at some point.
So,
yes.
He's alone. He hears the baby crying. Now, what a performance. What a performance.
I can just feel it.
And he's like, Emma, trying to get Emma to go get the baby. Emma's not answering once again. So he does like a backwards crawl up the stairs, metal thing to keep his core straight, is attached.
Yep.
He's like moaning. He's having a really tough time. He's going slow. He's doing this, that, and the other. There's smoke. There's smoke happening. She's like started another grease fire. Classic. And he gets to the crib. Baby's not there.
The baby isn't there.
It was a recording of baby crying.
What?
Just to get him upstairs.
And now it's over.
She can trap him with smoke.
No wheelchair.
He's got his core straightener on.
Man.
Yeah, because you can go up the stairs pretty easily, but getting back down them, not going to be so great.
Same exact principle, but
especially in a fire, you know. So and Emma is dumping gasoline all over the place. She puts the jugs in Kat's hand, so it looks like Kat dumped the gasoline everywhere. And she, I guess she sees Rob or something, like he's like on the stairway or whatever, and she's like, I'm sorry, I had to do this, and she runs out of the house.
Yep.
So
and then the house just burst into flames.
The house is engulfed in flames. Angela comes home just in time. She sees Emma. She's like, "What's going on?" Emma has the baby.
Baby is safe.
Baby is safe.
Baby is safe.
The baby is safe. She's holding the baby, and Angela's like, "You're a monster. You're a liar. I know what you did." And she runs into the house to save Robert.
Oh no!
And you're like, "Oh, you know, this is a Lifetime movie. They'll be fine." No, everyone dies. Everyone dies in the fire. Emma's standing outside.
And the baby.
Yeah, Emma's
they're out. They made it out.
Baby.
Yes.
The sirens are coming in the background. Nathan comes and like holds her in his arms, and she like rests her head on his chest and like makes a smirky face as like in her eyes the reflection of the burning house, and she's like, ha ha ha.
And roll credits.
No.
Well, we get a post scene where Emma is talking to a social worker. She wants to like, stay with the baby, and she says, "I will rise above it. I will rise above all this terrible things that have happened in my life." And then creepy music plays, and we get.
And then she smirks again, and then roll credits.
Yeah, another smirk. Roll.
It's another smirk. It's another smirk.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's the bad seed returns.
Wow, unbelievable.
That's it.
Boy, man, I got thoughts.
All right.
So on the show, we pour it up or put a cork in it. So we'll start with Dan, since you haven't seen the movie. What are you going to do to this movie?
I mean, I think I really was impressed with Mckenna Grace's performance, and Benjamin Ayers up the stairs is just...
You haven't seen. But what about Baby?
The
I
baby.
can't wait for that book.
I just, wow. Yeah, I got to be honest. This movie sounds bonkers bananas fun. Like a lot of, like, this is like the Lifetime drinking game movie that you want. Like, you want this movie. Congratulations, you're a pour it up for me. That is, this movie sounds like what I would like to see. It sounds better than a bad Hallmark Christmas movie for sure. All in on this, especially with like what sounds like some decent performances here for this movie. Absolutely, 100% pour it up.
Awesome. Bran, what are you thinking?
I'm pouring it all the way up and maybe another glass just for fun. I think this is my favorite one that I've seen so far in this project that we've been doing, Patrick. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was fantastic. Mckenna Grace really did a fantastic job. Good to see everybody been on there. And Baby, pour it up. Pour it up for Baby. Pour it up for Baby. Just unbelievable job by Baby. And so I absolutely loved it. A+.
Awesome. So yes, this movie is a sequel to a remake of a movie, which sounds like it would be terrible, but I think they really like stuck true to the kids being bad. Like that's what the movie is about. And there's no spanking at the end of this. I think the kid like really gets away with it. Like we are really seeing an interesting portrayal of somebody who is a congratulations, you're a psychopath, and what that means. And someone trying to like maybe not be a psychopath, like maybe they're trying to cope and like do other tactics to become a better person, but at the end of the day, they are who they are. Because
you do find yourself rooting for the psychopath here, which
it sounds like
it
sounds about like 3 smirks in. You're like, yeah. let's do this. Like it does sound like a very anti-hero kind of thing.
And it's hard to do that. Like, so, the character has grown from the first movie, obviously, as the actress has grown in her abilities. So I thought that was really good. This movie came out on Labor Day, which is like the biggest time for Lifetime. So this is their like movie,
Labor Day is the big Lifetime movie day.
Think about it. It comes out on a Monday. Everyone's been away for the weekend. You come home, you're doing laundry, you don't want to even cook dinner. You might like order in. And what are you going to watch? A Lifetime movie. Why not?
I don't know what no. I mean, I guess, but also
I would be interested to see the ratings on this one because this movie got pushed from March because there was a school shooting when it was supposed to come out, and Grace McKenna's from that town, that one in Texas.
Wow.
So they pushed it, and she was like, everyone donate to the GoFundMe, and
that's amazing. Wow.
She's a producer, so she can do that. She was like, Lifetime, I don't want to put it out now. So they're releasing it now, which, out of respect to everybody in her town and everything. So I thought it was a good call. Like Labor Day is a great time to do the movie. So I'm pouring it up, obviously.
Triple pour it up.
It's a triple pour it up. We did, everybody. Congratulations. And this is not the end of this show.
Is it not?
We have one more thing to say, and there's another one coming out this month. And now it's the end of the show. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time, we'll be the first to wish you a Merry Christmas.